Hi everybody, welcome back to the Harmonica Barge, but we're on a different barge today. We're on a narrowboat. It's close to my boat, just around the corner in a marina, and it's quite a windy day in London, so if you feel that if the camera's moving a little bit, it's a good job I don't get seasick. We're going to be rocking a little bit. Today I wanted to talk about different types of practice. So practice is a big subject. It's highly individual, I think we can say. Everyone plays their instrument in different ways, so they want to practice in different ways and develop different things. So practice should be a bespoke thing, but I think there's a theme or a sort of system of levels that I often describe to students. And you can think of practice as being in 3 levels. So the first level would be the boring methodical stuff. Say you're practicing a scale in a very focused way. I don't know, say we're taking major scale, first position. And we're after really trying to get that high quality with a metronome, perhaps, do, and very focused. I'm really going for that quality of practice repetition, and it's really only slowing something down and taking that methodical approach, which you can break into a new technique or to learn a new scale. So if you practice that fast and chaotic, you're not really going to develop the repetition. So level 1 practice you can sort of think of as a necessary evil. It could be a new technique, say bending. If you're first learning to bend, and you're taking the 4-hole draw or another hole. If you're trying to play the blues scale, stroke or complicated licks, you're not going to get enough focus at a slow speed to develop the bend. So new techniques, for example, I'm trying to learn tongue switching at the moment. Ooh, it's not very easy. Oh, I've been watching other people's videos on that. That's something in pro. And tongue block blow bending. So I'm having to do my level 1 practice at the moment is those things. That's what I'm having to do a little bit of, just in a purely focused way, not as part of a tune or a bigger piece that I'm working on. So that's the level 1 practice. Level 2 practice would be more repertoire. So learning riffs or a whole 12-bar piece, and maybe with a little bit of improvisation thrown in as well. So you might be playing to a backing track, but in a sort of more structured way. You could do the same thing and make that more level 1 practice. So say you wanted to really, I don't know, I've never done this, but if you wanted to really work on a Little Walter piece, you might have to slow it down and take it to level 1 practice. I've done this for other things, not for Little Walter. You might have to really slow it down and work on it methodically, use software like Slow Down, or go on YouTube, slow something down. And you might want to really work on every individual lick of a riff. I don't know, say we'll take something like 1 Mint Julep. And really give it quite a systematic practice. So that's sort of more level 2, working on licks, scales. So we'll take some bluegrass licks. For example, I'm trying to work on this fast lick at the moment. So sort of like Charlie McCoy kind of thing. And that to me is kind of like fun practice. I am giving it a lot of repetition, and I should probably be doing more level 1 practice on it, but actually I'm kind of messing around with it and sort of trying it fast and then trying to put it in tracks and other stuff. So That's kind of getting a bit more serious with the practice. Level 2. Level 3 practice, that is really more about perhaps the reason why you got into harmonica or any instrument that you play in the first place. That's the kind of pure enjoyment, picking up the harmonica and messing around, improvising, you know, whatever it is. Whatever ideas you've got at the moment, I happen to be messing around with some of this rhythmic stuff, you know, and this can be a very powerful, empowering method of practice. If you've been doing too much level 1 and 2, and you're stuck in a bit of a rut, and you're like, more scales, more methodical practice, try and remember the reason you started playing harmonica in the first place, or whatever instrument. It was possibly because you heard something cool. I don't know, you watched something on YouTube, or you heard something on the radio, and whether it's a Rolling Stones record or just a really cool bit of blues harmonica, and you were like, I like that sound, whatever it is. You didn't care about the techniques. You didn't go always tongue blocking or doing various techniques. It was just like, sonically, there's a cool thing, you know, that's a sound that I like the sound of, and I want to try and do that. So, you know, maybe, I don't know how loud that is, put on a track, you know. Only just had the right harmonica. I actually don't like the harmonica on that track, the Doobie Brothers, too much, but it's one. It's okay, but it's one that a lot of people want to play, that track. And you know, you can get, if you've got a C harmonica, there's I've got a whole playlist on Spotify of songs that just work for a C harmonica. There's playlist on YouTube available, so just go on, hit play on the playlist, and try playing along to anything that comes on. You know, if you've got the right key harmonica, which is actually, it's kind of very unstructured practice, but hugely enjoyable and beneficial, you know, because say if you want to go and play at a jam or a session, people are going to play songs which you've never heard before. So actually this is kind of like, you know, it's training for the situation. If you're just putting on random songs and trying to play along, trying to do something to get through the song, you know, if you can play really well on the track, yeah, that's a bonus. But trying to do something which works and getting through it. So yeah, I think that's enough on that. It's going to be 3 levels of practice. So your first level, methodical, metronome. If you don't do a lot of that practice and you just mess around, you might want to get some more of that into your playing to improve certain techniques. Your level 2 would be taking that and doing it in a slightly less systematic, more enjoyable way, whole pieces, repertoire, trying to improvise with the licks you've got or improvise with the scales. And level 3 practice is just the pure, enjoyable, picking up the harmonica and messing around and remember why you wanted to play the instrument in the first place, bringing that freedom back and the enjoyment. And I think all 3 levels of practice are very valid, so you can use all 3. And yeah, let me know how you get on with that. If that's helpful, please leave comments below and like and subscribe. And I'll be back with another video very soon. Thanks very much. Bye.